Hello. I am Nikki from MyeFavors.com, and today I'm going to show you how I make my tumblers. I'm in my work area, and I decided to do this video. I did a previous tumbler and posted it and had a lot of inquiries about it, so I'm going to show you how I do it today. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss another video. All right, so let's get to it, because of course, I'm not going to try to make this into a long, drawn-out video like my other ones, so let's go. Alright, so a quick overview on this tumbler that I'm about to do. This is going to be a sublimation tumbler. Using a sublimated 20-ounce tumbler, and it has to be sublimated. So if you decide to purchase a tumbler from us or somewhere else, make sure it's sublimated. This here is the ET2803 Epson printer. I got this from Walmart maybe about 3 months ago for about $230. I also posted in our group a link to Epson's website where they were selling it refurbished for about $170. Good luck if you can find one now. So the ET2803 originally came with regular ink. And because it was new, I did not put the regular ink that it came with in there. I put sublimation ink inside. So to do this, you would have to have a printer with sublimation ink, not regular ink, and sublimation paper. So this particular paper here is a 8.5 by 14, because with this tumbler, I like to do a custom thank you gift, which would be a coaster. So this is why I choose to do an 8.5 by 14 instead of the regular 8.5 by 11. The 14 give it that extra room it needs to print the coasters that I'm going to do as well. And I am going to do those with not a heat press, not my heat press, because that takes up too much time and energy. I am going to do it with a press that I purchased from Amazon about 2 days ago, so I'll show you that in this video as well. So while that is printing, I am using Adobe Photoshop Element 6. It's a very old program, and I love it because I don't have to pay monthly on it. And I'm just going to show you the print settings I'm using. So with this one, I have the printer manage colors, printer and let's see, rendering, intent, relative, color metric, I believe that's how you pronounce that. Printer preferences, I have it on presentation, paper matte, standard. I think I want to do that on high, but we'll see. And then, of course, more options. You want to make sure that your image is mirrored. All right, so that's my printer settings. Epson ET2800. Make sure your paper settings is correct, 8.5 by 14. All right, so it has finished printing, and here it is. All right, look at the colors. Colors are how it should look. The colors are popping. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna let this dry for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna sit it in front of the fan and let it dry for about 5 minutes. All right, y'all, so I have let this image dry. Really quickly, I want to show you the paper that I'm using. It is Koala. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. I tend to botch up words and people's names, but it's the Sublimation Paper, 8.5 by 14. Also for the Epson 2803, I do have a video on that showing you some do's and don'ts when transforming it into a sublimation printer. So don't forget to go check that out. All right, so when we say reverse or mirrored, this is what we mean. You can tell that the image is mirrored by the words are flipped. So these boots are made for walking. I purchased this here template from Amazon. I will leave the link for it in the description box if you're interested. So basically what I am going to do is cut out all the white. I'm going to cut the image out, make sure I have no white lines. Alright, so I have that image cut out, and then with this I can make 2 coasters if need be, and then next time I print it out I can use the 8.5 by 10 because I would already have an extra image coaster image printed. Now what I do is I will get some rubbing alcohol whites. Purchase these from CVS. Use whatever, you know, whites you like. I'm gonna remove this top, and basically I'm just gonna wipe it down, make sure no oil or fingerprints are on there. That will get in the way with how it prints, how the image come out. And then I have this red cloth that I go behind it and just make sure it's completely dry. Alright, so now what I do is remove that. Alright, so when you're rolling your image within a tumbler, you want to make sure that it is tight. Alright, so the tighter it is, the better your image will come out and the less you will have of ghosting. And hopefully in this video I don't turn into another do's and don'ts, so I don't have to show you what ghosting is. Let's try not to show what ghosting is in this video. Alright, so basically the image is really like neck to neck. It's going to be a really tight fit, and you always want to measure your tumbler to make sure, because every tumbler is not the same. You'll have different manufacturers making their tumblers different sizes, width, height, and everything. But this is at 8.3 and it's just right there. Maybe on another tumbler that I use, it'll probably be too big. So just keep that in mind. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some 1-inch tape, and I'm going to get it and pull forward. I want to make sure I don't have no crumples in that tape, and pull forward to help tighten it. Alright, and then now I'm just going to get it, and I'm going to continue to pull forward. Because you want to make sure, the purpose of making sure that when you put it, the tape on the paper and pull it, that it's tight. You want to prevent air bubbles. You want to make sure that there's no air in between your image and your tumbler. So as I'm putting it on, I'm pulling. Alright, so now that I have applied my tape, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with my thumb first, I like to just the same direction I have the seam going where it's overlapping that other side. You know, I go with that seam not against it. So as you can tell, like right here, the seam is going that way, so I'm going to rub that way. And that's how I was applying the tape as well. Once I rub down, I'm going to get a squeegee, and I am going to just the same direction. Really? Okay, so I'm moving the, I'm just going to make sure that there's no air bubbles. And I'm going to show you what happened, that if you don't do this, what's going to happen in your image. All right, so in this, one of my own personal cups that I made, and matter of fact, this one was damaged, so that's why I chose to do my cup out of it. And if you have a damaged cup, this is what it's going to do, because there's actually like a dent here. There's some other dents in it. So if you get tumblers that have dents, send them back, because your tumblers, it's not going to come out right. And this is what I call, this is a seam. So this is the seam. This is what we want to try avoid having. All right, so this is the purpose of doing this with the squeegee, is so that we can minimize that seam. So hopefully during this video I don't get a seam. Now right here I'm missing some tape, and we want to make sure. And then at the bottom I'm like neck to neck with it. So but right here I am going to put some tape, and then push it in. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom, right along that seam still. Get some tape, push it in, and then I'm still going to get the squeegee and make sure that's all the way down, and for this side as well. Alright, so now what I like to do, and this is 1-inch clear tape. I like to use the clear tape. I found that the yellow tape, when doing certain projects, will leave that yellowing, so I went with the clear. So basically I'm going to bring that around and push that inward. I'm going to take another piece. For the bottom, I like to do it this way, and then as I'm putting it, pull it as well, and make sure it's on there good. You still want to flatten that out, because you still can get air bubbles up in here. You'll see where it's kind of rigid. All right, you want to make sure you smooth that down as well. And I just fold it inward and grab another piece. All right, now for the top, I do the same thing. Get it. As I'm pulling, it came off, so and just pull it. And then I notice some air bubbles within the tape, so I want to kind of get it and reposition it. And sometimes this is why I like to do smaller pieces and not one whole piece at a time. That way I can manage it a little better. And then I just fold that in. Like right up in here. I'm getting air bubbles within that tape, so I want to make sure I smooth that out. And I didn't have enough tape to overlap because I want to kind of give it a overlap over that lip, so that way I can just push that all the way in. All right, I'm gonna do that side the same way. This is why I like to work with the wide tape, because you have room to play with. I'm going to try to get these edges right here that's kind of bulging up. And actually, I'm hoping that doesn't mess up the image. So I'm going to just go with it and see. But you really want to make sure that tape is straight. And let's see. I'm not going to take any chances, so I'm just going to remove that piece and start over. Then I'm going to put a piece here. And basically, just going to make sure it's no air bubbles inside that tape. Make sure it's flat and even, and if you do see some unevenness, just push it down. Get it out. All right, so that should be good. So, of course, I am not going to use any shrink wrap. I don't know. The shrink wrap method was not working for me, so I have the bands. But before I show you the band method, let's go ahead and get this toaster oven started so that we can get ready to put it in the oven once we finish applying the bands. All right, y'all, so here's my toaster oven, and if you don't know, I did not pay $10 for this. I paid $5 because I caught it at the end of a yard sale and they was just ready to get rid of the stuff. So I paid $5 and it's doing exactly what I want it to do. So my settings for this here toaster, I'm going to set it at 400. And I do a little past 400 because once you open that door, it's going to lose heat. So, and then I'm just going to put that wherever, because I have a mechanism that I use to do my time with. So it's going to be very important that you get two. If you only can get one, that's fine, but you want to make sure you have some oven thermometers so that you can monitor your the heat, because you want this to be at least between 375 and 400. So when I first got the toaster, let me close this so I can get hot. I was putting it at bake, and for an hour it would not get to that, at least to that 400 mark. And I'm like, what's going on? So I started playing with my settings on the toaster and found that broil works best to get that temperature to where it needs to be. Because up there in a few you will see, let me open it, those elements to the top are going to get hot. You're going to see the actual flame or heat, the redness from those elements to the top. As you can see, it's about to come through now. It's going to actually get redder than that. And the bake wasn't doing that. So I'm going to show you what I do. And if you find your toaster oven not getting the temperature that you need it to be, try that broil for a few. and then go back down a bake to kind of stop all that heavy heating process. And be sure you have you some oven mitts gloves. Let me tell you, everything that I get, I bargain hunt for it, be it yard sales, be it thrift stores, Goodwill. These oven mitts I actually paid, and it comes in a set. I paid $3 for that. All right, so go bargain hunt. Your craft do not have to be expensive, and you do not have to buy all new stuff to do the same thing. All right, so let me go ahead and let's go ahead and show you how to wrap these cups using the band method. All right, y'all, so for the band method, what I do have are these heat resistant bands that can withstand heat up to, I want to say, 430 degrees. I do have these for sale on our website. I'll send you a link for that as well. On the website, I do have 5 bands, okay, that you will receive 5 bands. But if you mention that you've seen this video on YouTube or wherever you've seen this video, I will have a link, a code number. So put that code and I will send you an extra band, because I was doing 5 bands only, but I went to 6. All right, so look out for that code. So basically what I'm going to do is get the band and stretch it over the tumbler, and I'm just going to roll it. And it is going to be a very tight fit. All right, so, and that's what you want. You want tight, because you want your tumbler to be tight, the image on your tumbler to be wrapped on there tight. Then I'm just going to add this band. All right, so for the last band, what I do is I kind of let it overlap the edge of the tumbler. So I put it on. And allow it to overlap, but still try to make sure that it's even. So you see how it's overlapping? Yeah, I like for it to overlap. So that's why I decided to do a 6 band, because I want that top to overlap, to make sure that that rim has a good fit connection with that paper, so that helps prevent ghosting. And then I like for the bottom to overlap as well. So I bring that all the way up. And these bands help with ghosting, which is a very good thing. This is why I went with the bands. That shrink wrap just wasn't doing it. Sometimes the wrap would budge and ball all up. And then right where it budged and balled up is where I have defects in my image. So this is why I went to the band method. All right, and these bands are reusable, so you know you can use them as. Right now, this is my 2nd time using these bands, but I do have bands that I've used like 5 and 6 times, and they still keep its form. So, all right, so that is your tumbler wrapped and band, and then this is what the bottom looks like. And then this is what the inside looks like. Let's go over here to our toaster oven, and should have turned that on a little earlier, but let's see where we are right now. So this is ready to go inside the oven. All right, y'all, so look at that temperature. We are past 400. I'm going to go ahead and open the door because I literally set it past that 400, because I'm going to show you what's going to happen once I open this door. That heat is going to escape. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this tumbler inside, and where the seam is right here, I'm going to put that face up. That way I have a starting point, so I know where I am going to rotate it. Don't cut off now. All right, let me just reset that. All right, so now that I have it in the oven, my temperature is way too high. So now what I do is I put it on bake. It is going to turn off that heating element to the top. Being that it is so hot, I might, instead of doing a whole 3 minutes, I might do, let's see, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, because we're past that 400 over there and over there. And as you can tell, when I put it on bake, it is actually starting to lose heat. I am going to press this and probably have to do 2 minutes now because I was talking. I think I found this here at a yard sale. I'm telling you, all my supplies I resourced, and I got this little baby here out of a yard sale. I might have paid 50 cents for it. So this is the timer that I use, and I stopped it. So now I know for sure I need to stop this within maybe a minute, because it's already been in there for about a minute. So once that get to 1 minute, I'm gonna stop it. But yeah, I'm telling you, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get started. And I've been doing this for over 15 years, and I still try not to spend a lot of money when buying my supplies. So yeah, so the temp, as you can tell, it is going down. That's because I put it on bake, and that's what I normally do. I do it on broil, and then I put it on bake, and that's going to bring that temperature down. This one already, you can see that one really moving as we speak. So I'm gonna get my gloves ready. Be sure to have, there's no getting past having heat resistant gloves for this one. All right, y'all, so it is counting down. I am getting ready to turn it over, because there is such a thing as burning your tumbler, and I don't want my tumbler to burn. I'm gonna flip it this way, so the seam now is facing down, and then I like to just turn it around, bring that seam back down. You see how long I got that door open? I need to hurry up and close that. You don't go in there fumbling and fumbling, because you are going to lose heat. You don't want to lose your heat. Right now I lost a lot of heat flipping that, because right now I'm at 350. I don't know. How did I get to 49? I don't know. That's what you get from buying cheap stuff. Alright, so I know when I get to 46, I need to bring that out. Maybe 47 or something. But yeah, see, it's losing heat, because we done went past the 350 mark on that one. And then this is how you can tell that either these thermometers not working right, or for sure the oven is not getting the same temperature. So you want to make sure that you know where the hottest parts of your temperature are, your toaster oven is, and the coldest part. So right now, this side's going to be my hottest, my coldest part, and that side is going to be my hottest part. Now, I have not yet tried to do I haven't tried doing 2 tumblers yet. Maybe I'll experiment with it and see whether or not they both sublimate the same. Because if I can do 2 at one time, oh, that'll really help me a lot with saving time. Alright, so I'm about at 47. I am getting ready to take this out. Ouch. That's why you need both gloves on. See? Why you need both gloves on. I am going to let me see, is this hot up here? Yeah, that'll defeat the purpose of it cooler. So I am going to close this door and turn this off. And I'm going to sit this in front of my fan, as you can hear in the background, because with this tumbler on in this room, it's really hot. So yeah, I'm getting ready to let this cool for a few, and I'll give me 5 minutes and I'll be back. Alright, y'all, really quickly, while that tumbler is drying, I just want to let you all know that I do sell sublimated tumblers. They will come with a box. You do have options. You can do it with the all over box, like the whole solid box, or the window. And I'll show you the difference between the window box and how I decorate the window box, and then this box. You will have your tumbler, of course, and it has a top and then your bottom piece. All right, this is like a skid piece rubber. It'll prevent this. You see, hear that clacking? It prevents clacking. And what you would do is, you know, tape it at the bottom of there, but I'll show you that in a second. Let's put this back in the bag. Always make sure your tumblers is covered, and also when you finish, cover them back up. So we'll use that in a second. To include, you're gonna have the choice of ordering some bags or the heat bands, and I'll leave those links at the bottom. So how I like to decorate my box, the one that is solid, is I would go ahead, cut the sides. Oh, and did I forget to mention it will come with a straw? Yes, and maybe if you're nice, I'll put the cleaner with it, so we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this. This is how I decorate my box. This is on photo glossy sticker paper. This is on our photo glossy sticker paper that you can find on our shop as well, on Etsy or wherever that link leads you to. And basically, I need a craft knife. I don't have one handy. Let me see if I could. Why I do not have a craft knife handy? But anyways, I'm gonna just use these. I just want to be able to grab the end of that. Try to separate the back layer paper. Just kind of pull it up and peel it. That's all I want to do. Just peel that all the way off. And then what I do is I find the opening of the box, which is here. And I try to get the center. Let's make sure you can see all of it. And I don't cut the bottoms. As you can tell, I didn't cut the top and bottom white parts off. But once you put this, that fan isn't helping me any. But make sure you get it. Press it down where you want it to be. So I started off with that top. And then work my way down to the side. It doesn't matter what side, and smooth it down. Get that other side and smooth it down. And then this is how I decorate my box when giving it to the customers. And of course, as usual, I'm crooked, but you get the idea. Try to stay center. Yeah, you know, even with glasses on, I can't see. But anyway, this is how I decorate my box. Now tumbler should be cooled enough to peel. I'm gonna have to make this quick because it's getting dark and I need to get home. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and peel this. Not peel, but remove the bands. All right, so we have our bands off. Now for the moment of truth. I am in love with this tumbler. It came out perfect, y'all. Up in here, look like I need to get some alcohol because I got some paper residue still there. That's not a problem. Let's get some alcohol and wipe that, but I am impressed. Now I'm gonna just wipe. You find yourself with residue on your mugs like I just had, just wipe it off. Now you can't even tell. It was some residue paper. Made it look like it was ghosted, but that was paper. All right, just wipe it. It ain't gonna hurt it. All right, can y'all see what I see? Perfection. This is what my bottom is looking like. You can tell where it was a little bit uneven, but it's not that noticeable because it's gonna be like that. But anyway, yeah, I got to work on that. That's a whole nother video. But anyways, I'm gonna show y'all really quickly how to put on this stopper. So you're just gonna peel it. It has a self adhesive strip, so you don't need to do nothing extra but peel the paper and then get, let me show you the difference. You hear that? Okay, so let's put this on. I forgot to show y'all how it should. Now you hear the difference. You don't hear all that clacking, and then it's supposed to be slid proof. And then this is the tumbler and the coaster. All right, y'all. All right, so the moment y'all probably been waiting on is how I connect my chains, what I do for my chain. I'm gonna put this top on. And what I'm going to do is try to get that even, like, because this is the part you would drink out of, so I like to put the drink part in the back, because when I have my tumbler, I like to show off the front, so I drink like this to show off that front. So now what I'm going to do, make sure this even. I am going to be using, this is going to be our aloe, but our aluminum chain is going to be one of our least expensive chains to do. And basically you don't have to do no gluing. You can put glue on there, like there's some glue that you can get from Walmart. I'm going to show you. Let's see if they have it in here. All right, so see this jewelry glue? You can use this jewelry glue, jewelry metal glue. I got this from Walmart, Alini's. Told y'all I'll botch up a name in a minute. But yeah, you can do that. I'm not gonna put the glue because I'm gonna give it to this person for them to do a test run for me to see how well these stick on. All right, so I got a marker. I did 1.5 inch, and before I do that, let me kind of get an idea. Make sure it's going to be where I want it to be. So let me do this 1.5 again, so about right here. And then I am going to do, just basically eyeball it. So here and here. basically gonna eyeball it. So right up in here is where I want this other one. Do it at 1.5 again. So about right here. If you're not comfortable, this is a permanent marker, but you can get like one of those dry erase markers and it'll come right off. So don't worry about that. And basically, I'm just gonna make sure that my loops are facing the same way. I want them to go up, face upward. And before I actually glue them on, I'm basically going to take a look at the setting. Okay. And then all you have to do is peel. But like I said, if you want to try using the glue from the Leans glue from Walmart, do that for a better adhesion. Is that the right word for that? I don't know. All right, and then on this side, just basically peel it. I want to make sure that these are going upward, and put this upward as well. Okay, and there you have it. It is stuck on there. It's not going nowhere. All right, this is going to be one of our least expensive chains, connectors, tumbler jewelry. For those who just want to experiment, I do have a metal one that you can use. Let me connect this back, and it is, as you can tell, interchangeable. So if you want to, we also want to sell the interchangeable chains where you can just take the chains off, put a different color. If you want to do like a gold one day, black, you want to with this do maybe a yellow. Like these chains are interchangeable. All right, so here you go. With these type chains, with the aluminum chains, you can't do a lot of pulling on them because they easily will separate, but you really have to be pulling in order to do that. And as you can tell, the sides are still there. They're not moving. They're stuck. Probably give it before I start pulling so too hard. Probably give it a day for it to settle on, to cure. But I did not use any glue. This is direct contact with the sticker paper that you just peel and stick. And there you have it. And then once you finish, if you decide you want to get like the open face, if you don't have, you know, the printer, or you don't want to print, and then you can sit your mug in there like that. Don't forget your coaster. All right, so I am Nikki from MyeFavors.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you missed that video on how I actually put the coaster for it, don't forget to go check that out. But for this here tumbler, I am going to do the box. So and then just basically slide that in there and close it up. And then of course you have your straw. For the straw, I normally just fit it on the outside, and because the straw is taller than the closing of the box, what I do is get that straw, stick it outward like this, and close it, and then you have that straw sticking out. Or you can just simply give it to them by hand, but with me I will forget, so this is why I add my straw. All right, I am Nikki from MyeFavors.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss that next video. Don't forget to go check out that coupon code where you can get your one of these free heat resistant bands when you go to our store and buy 5. All right, until the next video.